Our beauty editor, Yana, is joining me in the studio for our Instaglam episode this week. We're going to be talking about brows. Thank you, Yana, for joining me.
It's a pleasure.
Well, we're going to talk about those bold brows that we see everyone have. Why don't you tell me about the trend?
Well, I think one person that really set the trend is Cara Delevingne, the model. She's just taking the world over at the moment, and the thing that's most prominent about her is her brows. It's so thick and it's natural. That's an important thing. And that's also an important thing I think people should remember, that if they want to go for this trend, bold brows, don't fake it, because if you have thin brows, then you're just not going to ever have thick brows. Just don't try and fake it, because it will look bad.
And I think it's important for the people with thinner brows to know that they can make their brow look bolder without making them like fatter,
yes,
right?
Bolder, just defining what you have and making maybe it a bit darker, or but not actually increasing
them.
Yeah, like caterpillars above your eyes. It'll just look bad.
So that's Cara Delevingne. This is her Instagram photo here. If we do want something a little bit more dramatic like she has, how can we get that look?
Well, first of all, I think it's important that you need to know what your natural shape is and how thick your brows are. So you could use something like just a brow brush to find out sort of which brows are stray and which you can pluck and which ones you can't pluck, because you don't want to be plucking something and then there's a hole in your brow, because you can't ever fill that back properly. If you fill it in with powder or a pencil, it will look fake and there's going to be a hole in your brow.
That's happened to me before.
Really? That's terrible.
Yeah, but I want to talk about the brush. So this brush we can get at any drugstore or makeup store.
Yeah, basically any pharmacy, makeup store. That's a really great MAC brush. And yeah, so that's the one you'll use to sort of trim it out. And
okay, cool. So we brush our eyebrows. We use either that brush or we can use something like this too, right?
Yeah, and those are great because it can you can do your brows and you can also fix up your mascara with it. So those are actually a good one.
Double whammy.
Yeah.
Okay, so once we know the shape of our brow, how do we go about making them bold like Cara?
Well, you can use a variety of things like this Smashbox eyeliner pencil. You don't necessarily have to go buy a product that's going to cost you a lot of money that's only for your brows. Just use your eyeliner pencil. It has to be in the right shade though. Don't go too dark. Obviously, if you have brunette hair or light hair, you don't want to use a black eyeliner pencil.
Right.
So something like brown. And this is a Smashbox one. This one from MAC is also really nice. And then you can use something, even your eyeshadow, but you have to make sure that you pair it properly with your skin and with your hair color and your brow color. So you're not going to use like a glittery thing to fill your brow. So go for like a dark brown or whatever your hair color is. So then you'll just use that to sort of fill it in and make it darker.
Okay, great. So our next Instagram photo is Boy T. She has a more natural look than Cara. So her brows, you can see they're very bold, but they're not naturally very fat.
Yes. And she still gets it right, and it's not over the top, and you can see she hasn't tried to go over the top either. It's very natural, and yeah, I think it looks great. It doesn't look fake. That's important, because people want to do the bold brow, but then they go overboard, and she doesn't go overboard at all. It's great.
Now I have a question for you. If you do have like small little holes or spots in your eyebrows where hair doesn't grow, should you fill that in? Or should you just work with what you have?
I think you should work with what you have, because like I said, it's going to look fake if you fill it in. And another thing is, if you're not sure at home, I think go to a professional, maybe go to a beauty salon, a makeup artist even, and just let them tell you how to prevent doing that in the future and how to fix it.
I know even if you just go into Bobbi Brown or MAC, they will help you and let you know what you should do.
Exactly.
Okay, great. So we're going to use the powder and the pencil to get that bold look. Now our last Instagram photo is Leanne Liebenberg.
Oh, she's so beautiful, and her brows. The one thing that stands out about her brows is the beautiful arch she has, and how you can find out if you have an arch. Some people don't have a natural arch, but first of all, if you want to find out where your brows should start and end, a good idea is to take it from the inside corner of your nose, and it should start about there, and then where it ends, the outside corner. So you go like that, and then for the arch, you put it in the middle of your eye, and then twist it 45 degrees, and that's where your arch should start. So that's where you can pluck it a bit to make it go up.
Great. And do you have any special tools for plucking, or just regular tweezer is fine?
Any old tweezer, but a good tweezer to use is a slanted one, because those tiny short hairs that will grow out, they can't really come out with a flat end tweezer, so try and get a slanted tweezer. And you can buy that anywhere, and I mean, it doesn't have to be an expensive designer tweezer. any tweezer will do.
Great. Well, thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
And I'm going to have fun playing with my brows
Yes.
this weekend.